Hello, and welcome to Antiques Roadshow. This week, our antiques experts dive deep, so to speak, to deliver divine judgment upon the most unique, the most rare, and most terrifying occult objects from the fiery domain of our Dark Lord. I'm speaking, of course, of Hell, Tartarus, the eternal darkness, and might I say, we have some very exciting finds for you on this week's episode. And I, for one, am simply dying to get started.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about this object?
Oh, I acquired it at an auction. It was part of a bulk lot of discarded government property that I acquired back in... What year was that? I'd say 1994. I'm pretty sure it's the Ark of the Covenant.
Wonderful. And you think the sellers had any idea how much it was worth?
I should think not. I bought the entire lot for a pretty reasonable sum. I got rid of all the other items, but I just couldn't bear to part with this one.
Well, it's a rare find indeed. I've seen a lot of religious relics in my time as a hyper-specific expert in boxes full of things that probably don't exist. But this one takes the cake.
Oh, really?
As you may know, the stone tablets purported to be in this box are none other than the 10 Commandments of Moses, as played by Hollywood actor and accidental comedian Charlton Heston. The Hebrews built this box at the command of God, who insisted that Moses bury it into the ground so the faithful could later dig it up and see how much times have changed since they were kids.
I'm sorry, what did you say you were an expert in?
Boxes.
But specifically...
Specifically boxes, or this box.
Which contains...
Tablets. Probably. Definitely.
What school did you go to?
Boxford.
Oxford?
That's right.
It sounded like you said Boxford.
Boxford!
Are you saying Boxford or Oxford?
Now, if we look at the side of this ark, we can see some beautiful detail from approximately 3000 BC during the Byzantium dynasty.
Wait.
Now, the depictions seem to depict some sort of pictures, which themselves are physical representations of visual objects, which means in biblical times people saw them with their eyes.
Right, that's...
It's quite remarkable. I've never seen anything like it. Of all the boxes I've studied, it's the most boxiest and most full of things.
So it's valuable then?
A relic such as this Ark of the Covenant, for some collectors, is invaluable.
That's really good.
Yes. And no. And yes, but probably no. If you see here, the seal has been broken, and it appears by the type of glue that it happened at some point in the 1930s. Where did you say you found this ark again?
In a gigantical shadowy warehouse.
The toll of that environment has definitely affected the ark. Generally, arks such as this should be kept in caverns inside mountainsides, protected by immortal crusaders.
Oh.
It's quite dusty in that warehouse, wasn't it?
Yes. It was pretty dusty.
Well, an ark in mint condition would be worth infinite billion. However, because the seal is broken and the vintage soul-melting and face-melting qualities have already been released, I would say in my expert estimation, this box is worth $10.
$10?
Give or take.
This is the Ark of the Covenant. This is the Word of God. This is the root of all Western society. This is holy $10?
Well, relic markets do fluctuate. In another 4,000 years, it could possibly have doubled in value.
$20! In the year 6014!
Or perhaps triple, depending on whether man has devolved in some sort of cephalopod-like tentacled abomination, or the fragile atmosphere of the Earth is burnt off by the increasing radiation of a growingly unstable sun, destroying all of our hopes and dreams and futures, and revealing that they're all just one cosmic mistake.
So, $30, optimistically.
Optimistically.
And if some hotshot, young, sexy archaeologist hadn't broken the seal?
Infinite billions. It would have been worth more money that exists in the farcical abstraction that is our economy. You would have gone down in history as the richest, most famous, most had sex with man in the world. That's just my opinion as an expert on foxes.
Boxes? Boxes? You're an expert on boxes?
Yeah.
Sounded like you said foxes.
Yes, from Foxford University.
How thrilling. Next week on Antiques Roadshow, the crystal skulls. Evidence of extraterrestrials, or just some shitty crystal skulls? Find out next time on Antiques Roadshow.